All right, welcome you back in as we talk more recruiting this summer, and we welcome in a rising quarterback in the 2026 class, Travis Burgess. Travis, we appreciate the time, man. Fresh off an Elite 11 appearance, and you're traveling right now, so it's safe to say pretty busy this time of the year for you.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. It is.
Well, let's talk a little bit, man. Like we said, fresh off this Elite 11 performance, and just kind of wanted to talk about maybe your takeaways from the competition and kind of what you felt like you proved. And obviously, you kind of look at the national headlines, you made some noise out there. So, just how did you gauge the whole performance, and what was the experience like?
Yeah. So going into the Elite 11, that's all I wanted to do is kind of just this was my first national event, you could say. So I just wanted to go in there and just kind of prove to everyone my true capabilities and let everyone know who I am. But overall, I took a lot of knowledge from the camp. Not alone competing against other top tier quarterbacks, but just learning from great coaches, guest speakers, and learning different tools from different quarterbacks. So all around, it was a great experience.
You talked about just, getting some knowledge, and obviously, I mean, it was you, a bunch of other talented guys there. When you walk into a setting like that, and you've got 10 other quarterbacks that are perceived, the top 11 in the country, what's that like competing against some of the guys that you're going to be compared against as you part of this recruiting class?
That's I'm all for it. I love competing against top tier quarterbacks. So it was just another competition for me. But overall, I mean, like I said, it was just great being able to be blessed with the opportunity to compete against those guys. So it was just a blessing.
Talk about competition level, man. You play in the state of Georgia, one of the more talent-rich states. Just talk about how has that prepared you for moments like this, and then ultimately when you get to college, just the week in, week out grind that a high school season is in the state of Georgia.
Yeah, so I mean, I think we have a pretty tough schedule. I mean, Georgia Class A, 6A. I mean, I think that's one of the toughest in the nation. So, just being able to play against top tier athletes on defensive side, whether it's a five-star D lineman or five-star safety. I mean, those are the type of guys you're going to see on Saturday nights. So, just being prepared on the high school level and going ahead and playing against those guys in a high school is I think that's going to help me prepare, than some other guys who, might not see those type of talents on the other side. But just being able to play against top athletes on the defensive side, I mean, I think that would help me for the next level.
Let's talk a little bit about that commitment to North Carolina, man. Obviously, the Tar Heels have been in the headlines all season with the new head coach and Coach Belichick. But just maybe from your vantage point, what did you see when you went up there for a visit, or what are some of the things that maybe the fans don't know about what Coach Belichick's trying to build there in Chapel Hill?
Yeah, he's certainly trying to build something at North Carolina. Previously I went to North Carolina with the old staff, and I could just tell it's new. It's a new Chapel Hill, especially with the coaching staff he brought with him. Their years of experience in the NFL, their professional level. I mean, it's night and day difference. So that's kind of what ultimately led to choosing Chapel Hill. And when you have great coaching staff, I mean, you can't turn down a program like Chapel Hill.
Talked about the coaching staff. You talked about development. I imagine you and a lot of this recruiting class that's committed already or might commit here in the future. When you see all the NFL hardware, I mean, is that just kind of a sticking point for guys on this visit, knowing that hey, these guys not only going to help me play well here, but they know what it takes to be at the next level?
For sure. I mean, I think for any incoming freshman, this is a great foundation for anybody. And me personally, it was just a no-brainer once I got this opportunity and being able to come play for these guys.
Where do you feel like you've made the most strides, just maybe developmentally wise, as you get ready for your senior season? And what are the coaching staffs? Obviously you've been recruited by a bunch of schools, but especially North Carolina. What are they saying they like about it, and then just some of the improvements you're hoping to make?
Yeah, so I mean, I've definitely got stronger mentally and physically. I think physically, you can kind of see the upside and the potential I have, and then on the mental side, I mean, I think that I've been working on that more than anything because I think I have the physical capabilities to finish out my senior season in high school, right? And then of course, when you get to college, you want to get bigger and stronger and faster. But just more the mental side, whether it's learning defenses, and just the mental side of the game. That's what I've really been stressing on this off season, and just so I can be more prepared. And when I get in the game, it's a lot smoother and a lot easier for me to process coverages and defenses, and where the ball needs to be and the placement. So that's not the game.
Last one for you here before we get you out of here, man. For North Carolina fans that might tune into this or watch this, what is your level of excitement for how this class can finish up, and what do you think is kind of the big MO about this class? What stands out about this recruiting class for the Tar Heels?
Yeah, so this is a pretty good class. I mean, this is their first recruiting class as far as the new coaching staff. We got a few new guys coming on visits, so hopefully we can get these commitment flips and some guys to pull the trigger. But I mean, this is an awesome class so far. A lot of great talent committed so far, and it's a season about to become, and Tar Heel's going to be on top, and sooner or later.
How big of a role are you playing, man, in getting some of these flips? And I mean, are you playing the role of lead recruiter for this class?
Yeah, I mean, I think committing early was a big recruitment sale for these athletes. I mean, when you know who the quarterback is, it's kind of easier for you to base your options, and when you know what the
Mhm.
quarterback of the class, and then just coming up to visit and just showing my face more. I mean, I think that's what it's all about too, because you may can hear quarterback. This is who our quarterback is, but being able to see him in person, meet me in person, and just build that relationship, man. I don't think you can beat that.
Travis Burgess going to be at Tar Heel next year, man. We appreciate the time. Best of luck to you. Enjoy the senior season. You only get one more of those, and then obviously whenever you get to Chapel Hill, man, we're excited to watch what you do. Appreciate the time, man, and best of
Yes,
luck to
sir.
you.
Thank you for having me here.